Hello, all the gorgeous Christian children and all the other gorgeous children out there, all the sweet children. I got another little bedtime story for you all, and I hope that you enjoy it. It's called The Sad Dragon, and here is the story. The moonlight hit the water. Within that light, fairies, dragons, pixies, and butterflies came out to dance. There was magic all around, and even the ghost of the stag came to visit. He came as a white light that forms his frame. He came from heaven and wanted to deliver an important message, but a snail slowed it down. For many of the creatures had been hit with a fever and did not realize that there was healing power within the twirl of white light that hovered over the waters. The dragon, who had a good heart, became sad and cried, "I wish I had a gift inside of me that could help others." A fairy who had not been affected by the fever flew down and sat beside him and reassured, there is a special gift that the ultimate creator has given to every creature, even if they have not discovered their gift yet. The sad dragon replied, "If only I could discover my special gift." The fairy smiled. "There is only one way to find your special gift, by asking those who have wisdom." "Who is wise?" pondered the dragon. The fairy smiled. "Let's follow the rainbow, we will soon know." So the dragon and the fairy set out together, while the snail munched on his leaf and mocked, "Wherever you two think you're going, you may as well give up, as you will never find the answers you're looking for." The sad dragon looked at the fairy in despair, but she encouraged, "Take no notice, let's go and see who we can find." On their way to the end of the rainbow, they travelled through some cliffs. In these cliffs there was the most beautiful mermaid with long golden glowing hair, who sat upon rocks made from gemstones. The sad dragon asked, "If you don't mind, please can you tell me what my gift is?" The mermaid smiled. "That is for you to discover. However, I want to tell you that you will find the gift that you have been looking for, and once you do, your life will be more beautiful." The sad dragon, for the first time in a long time, smiled, which turned into laughter, but when he laughed, he accidentally breathed fire and burnt everything up around him. The snail had been following behind him, unaware the dragon was of his presence, but the snail mocked, "You fool! You you will stop your flaw will stop you from having a bright future, because your flaws will override your talent." With that, the sad dragon felt overcome by fear, but the mermaid, in her magic made her surroundings wonderful again and reassured. "Ignore the snail." The sad dragon and fairy travelled a little further, but the snail kept following them on its magic flying powers. And the more the snail made the dragon feel sad, the more that the snail was receiving in both its ability to fly to cause the sad dragon despair. As the sad dragon looked back, the mermaid smiled. "I am Hope. Please focus on the hope inside of you." Hope then magicked a boat and insisted them to sail in the boat, even though the dragon could fly. On their way, a sweet dolphin jumped beside the boat. She giggled happily. "Nice to meet you. My name's Joy. Who are you two?" The dragon and the fairy started to giggle along with Joy until the snail brought the sad dragon's joy to an end by reminding him that he was not the happy dragon but sad dragon. In fact, the snail discouraged the sad dragon so much that he was filled with sorrow and started to cry. But the fairy said, "Ignore the snail, but just keep your faith in what Hope told you, and keep the joy in yourself that Joy the dolphin shared with you." They carried on sailing through the seas, and it had turned stormy. The snow was so discouraged, and it caused the sea, the fear that caused inside of him caused the storm, and the snow discouraged again. You will never reach the end of the rainbow to find your answers, but you'll always be stuck in a miserable life with no answers or talent. The sad dragon looked on perplexed. The fairy encouraged, by faith, I believe you will find your answers. They then looked up to the sky, where they saw a beautiful and graceful eagle flying over their heads. All of a sudden the seas calmed, and as the sad dragon looked at the eagle, he seemed to give him a peace that he never felt before. The eagle said, My name is Peace, and your mind can be at peace for now that you have nearly reached the end of the rainbow. Do not let the snow bring worry into your soul any longer. Before their very eyes, up ahead, along the shore, they saw a golden light. That shore was so bright, as if it was on fire. The sad dragon gasped, I have never seen such a bright light in my entire life. Then the ghost of the stag appeared. They heard a voice saying, Follow the ghost of the stag, for he would take you to your final place you need to be, at the very end of the rainbow. So the sad dragon and the fairy followed the ghost of the stag along the seashore. Then the snail mocked, You two are such fools. Don't you understand that you cannot trust the voice or the ghost of the stag? Everyone knows that they lie. They pretend to be your friends, but behind your back they hate you. And I hate you both too. Suddenly anger erupted in the sad dragon's heart. The fairy said, Don't let the hurt and anger consume your soul, for anger turns into hatred, and hatred turns into destruction. Learn instead to let love overcome hatred. But the sad dragon was not listening to the fairy. As he allowed the anger to overcome him, all of a sudden an evil troll came out of nowhere. She opened up the ground. She took away the sad dragon's ability to fly as she cut his wings, and the sad dragon flew into the pit. A good troll ran over to the scene to try and rescue the sad dragon, but it was no use. She could not help him. He was falling deeper and deeper into the pit. Down below him were very high flames of fire, and he cried for help. The good troll seemed to run out to get help. Then all of a sudden the voice could be heard again shouting, The only way to get out of this pit is to let love win in your heart, for you have allowed yourself to fall into the pit of hate and despair. But I have heard your cry for help, and I will help you out of it. The voice turned into a shadow of blazing light. He was holding a massive book in his hands, which shone like a fire of blazing gold. The golden fire lifted the sad dragon out of the pit of hate and despair, and entered into his soul as perfect love, joy, peace, faith, and hope. The light changed everyone around. The voice said, I am giving you a new heart and a new mind, which in turn will bring a positive change into everybody around you, for the wind carries your thoughts, and others breathe in your thoughts for either good or bad. All of a sudden the sad dragon was surrounded by all the colours of the rainbow. There he was greeted by an unusual pair, by a koala and monkey who were very best friends. They made the sad dragon and fairy feel welcome, and explained that in the end of the rainbow true love is found, and even those who are very different from them become the best of friends. The being of light made a little boy king of the end of the rainbow land. He was a very kind boy who ruled the land in perfect love. He blew bubbles of many colours to welcome the sad dragon, now happy dragon. Those bubbles turned into precious jewels. He commanded the unicorns to magic up rainbow cake and rainbow ice cream. They tasted it, and it was the most delicious cake and ice cream that they ever tasted, each colour full of a delicious flavour and vibrant in flavour. There was delicious candy around the door of the rainbow, which everyone feasted upon and enjoyed. Tasty, but with 0 calories. Then through the door of the rainbow, the most pretty-looking girl came through. She smiled. I am the sister of the king of the Rainbow Land. Here you will meet many visitors, such as trolls, unicorns, and fairies who are regular visitors. Nobody makes it to this far unless they have divine permission. You are blessed to have made it this far. The princess then walked over to a beautiful swing made from silver and crystal, and a friendly troll pushed her and her brother on it. Then they got off the swing and picked huge leaves of their trees and wrapped it around their wrists. This gave the king and his sister princess power. They turned cows into big friendly dinosaurs, flowers into fairies, horses into unicorns, the stumps of trees into glorious camels. The princess smiled. We are on the edge of paradise, for love is what makes paradise. The dragon looked in the distance and saw another door. The princess smiled. If you go through that door, you will enter paradise itself. But souls can only go through it when the Creator says so. But for the time being, you still have work left to do. However, now that you have reached the edge of the paradise itself, you are allowed to talk to the ghost of the stag. All of a sudden, a pink and silver cloud appeared. From out of the pink and silver cloud, a very beautiful stag appeared. The sad dragon pondered, but I thought you were a ghost. The stag smiled. In your world, I appear only as a white light forming a stag. However, because we are on the edge of my world, I am appearing to you in my true form. I am not a ghost, however, and I never have been a ghost, but I have always been your guardian angel. Now listen very carefully to what I am telling you. The reason why you have not discovered your gift yet is because you have been listening too much to the negativity of the snail and have believed in every word of lie that he has said against you, which in turn has made you doubt what the ultimate Creator can make you into or to be, or the talent that he gave you. All along, the snail sent you a message of fear, despair, sorrow, worry, doubt, and hate. So the ultimate Creator sent hope, joy, peace, faith, and love, who is the ultimate Creator himself, to help you. Now only you can choose which you want to listen to. The sad dragon smiled. In that case, I choose to no longer listen to the words of the snail, but to the positive voices of the ultimate Creator. The angel stag then smiled. Wise choice. The sad dragon and fairy then found themselves back at their home, and as the dragon looked into the reflection of the water back home, he noticed that his appearance had changed. Instead of frowning, he was now smiling, a huge grin. Also, instead of being a dragon, he was a creator, just like the one mentioned in Revelations, like a lion with 6 wings and full of eyes. 2 of his wings were gold in colour, 2 silver in colour, and 2 rainbow coloured in colour. But each wing sparkled brighter than the sun and had precious jewels in them. The dragon smiled. It must have been the magic from the king and princess children that made me this way, but the stag explained, they are of themselves have no power to transform the individuals, but rather it is the Creator's power of love flowing through them. Then all of a sudden there was a twirl of white light that hovered over the waters. That white light entered into every creature, and all those that had been affected with the fever was now healed. The stag explained, "You have a gift of healing. Now that you are listening to what the Ultimate Creator tells you, over what others say, you have the power to be used more by him." From that moment, the sad dragon never felt discouraged or even sad again, but was filled with just love, faith, and peace and joy. It was the same for all the creatures that lived by the waters. But there was also one last miracle. Even the snail had repented. For the only reason he had been so negative to the stag dragon was because he too lacked confidence within himself, instead of trusting in the ultimate creator. But he now too saw with his own eyes the love of the ultimate creator, that there was a change even in his heart. So of course the happy revelation creature had now forgiven the snail, and they were all lived as friends in peace, love, and harmony from that day. And that's the end of the story, and I hope you all enjoyed, and God bless you.